to share too. Ina, do you want to start with how to sell a $25 wrap on the spot? And you're muted still, Ina and Adriana.
No wonder.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm like talking to myself. Hi, guys. Oh, look at everybody who's on.
Cute faces.
I know. I'm so proud of you guys. If you guys want to shoot your guys' teams a quick message just to remind them. Sometimes they don't check Facebook, so if a text message works better. It will be recorded, but it's always nice to see you guys while we're doing these. So remind your teams really quick, and then I'll just let Ina get started.
All right, so what has helped me in the past and till this day to sell wraps on hand is it goes back to blitzing. So when I'm out and about and I'm excited about the product and I'm wearing my shirt and somebody asks me a question or like, oh, you sell, it works, you know, I've heard about it, but like, can you tell me more? So when I'm out blitzing and I'm excited and I have pictures and before and afters and I have the wrap on hand, that's usually what helps me to sell the product. Because if you're like, oh, actually I don't have a wrap, you know, you're not going to sell anything. So I am losing my train of thought, sorry. So being excited, talking about the product, telling people that it's nothing, like there's no store that sells the stuff except through an It Works distributor, and just being excited about it. That's what has helped me. What about you ladies?
I would say the same thing, being excited. I always tell people buy you, the products are just a bonus. So if you're excited and you're wearing your gear and you're, you know, pushing your cart through the store, make sure you always have wraps on your hand. I cannot stress that enough. I feel like it's an easy high BV product that you can have on your auto shipment to have those always on stock. Carry them in your diaper bag, carry them in your purse, have them in your car. It's happened to me where somebody has asked me if I had wraps on hand and I didn't. And talk about like totally freaking embarrassing, because here we are, you know, business owners who sell like this first to market product that nobody else has. A lot of our gear says, have you tried that crazy wrap thing or wrap or something that has to do with wrap? And if you don't have wraps on hand and somebody asks you, like it's a pretty crappy feeling. So always carry wraps in your purse whenever you are out and about. Always have them on hand too, because you never know who will message you like, hey, I want to try one. Do you have one just that I can try? You know, that they might want to try it before they commit to being a loyal customer. So always have those wraps on hand. But being excited is honestly, and being confident. Like I will buy, if somebody's confident, they could sell me freaking something I don't even need. But I buy that confidence from people. So I know that if I'm confident and I'm excited and I'm out and about, that's going to draw people to me, just like I would be drawn to somebody who's out, you know, sporting their It Works gear, confident, happy. And sometimes I feel like there's been times where I've been in a huge rush and I look down and I realize that I'm wearing my It Works gear, and maybe I should have taken it a little bit slower, or, you know, taken my time and actually made eye contact with people. Because if I seen a shirt that said, see what's possible with It Works, and I had maybe heard about it from somebody, or I had been curious and I see them in the grocery store and they look approachable, they look excited, they look like somebody I could get along with and just relate to, I would totally reach out to them or ask them, hey, like, what is it? So I've heard about it, you know, or something, whatever. So be excited, be confident, and always have wraps on hand. That's my biggest tip for that.
Yeah, I would agree with always having wraps on you, having either fab wrap or saran wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I mean, we'd be lying if we said we still don't get nervous. We get nervous too. I try to bring it up in like every conversation. So even if someone's like, hi, how are you? I'm like, doing so good, so busy today, out running errands and still working my business. And usually like they'll ask like, oh, what do you do for your business? Things like that. And I'll tell them, oh, I do this It Works, this crazy wrap thing, and they can see my shirt. And then when they're like, oh, well, what is it? Or I ask them, you know, have you heard of it? And then I get out my Blitz card and I'm like, this is what it is. And I show them the front, this is what it does. And I keep it really simple. I don't throw like a whole bunch of information at them. I let them look at it and ask, and then I let them know. It's only $25 to try one. I have them on hand if you want to try it. And then I stop talking again. And I let them say, yeah, I want to try it, or I kind of want to think about it. And before I leave, I try to grab a phone number or add them on Facebook. I've been really good about adding them on Facebook. I just let them know, like, why don't you add me on Facebook? We can stay connected. I can let you know of any of my deals and specials. And if you want to try one later down the road, you have a way to contact me as well. So I know also for grabbing the phone number, some people can be like a little weirded out by that. But if you put your phone in their hand and say, hey, just put your phone number in there, I will message you and let you know when I have another special or something. Then that's another great way to still follow up with them later if they don't want to wrap on the spot, if they're working or what have you. Otherwise, give them your Blitz card and they can follow up with you later. But I try to always bring up the business in conversation so that it can lead to me handing them the wrap or the Blitz card and for them to want to wrap. Otherwise, you should be wearing your gear so that they can ask those questions, and then you can always lead into the wrap and let them know that you have them on hand and that you're ready to wrap them, and that it takes literally 2 minutes. You can throw it on them and you can come back 45 minutes and take the after picture, or they can do it themselves. Let them know it's super quick, easy, and simple, and you'll just throw it on them, and simple.
And if you don't have an It Works shirt yet, bust some booty to get those points. We want to buy you guys gear. So
yes.
If you guys don't have an It Works shirt yet, please bust some butt to get those points, because they do go a long way, and they're cute too, but it's an easy icebreaker. I also wanted to say really quickly, I love what Christina Watts talked about on her video about, hey, text me in the next 5 minutes and I'll enter you into a drawing that I'm having for a free box of wraps. So if you have an extra box of wraps, use that. I mean, that if you can get 15 people interested and you can get 15 people's phone numbers or 15 new people inside your market, just by entering them into for one box of wraps, so make it a goal to sign 2 loyal customers to get a wrap reward, so it only costs you $25. But that's something that I'm going to start doing, and I feel like that was genius. Making them feel like they're being entered to win something, or like that sense of urgency. I'm having a drawing for a free box of wraps right now. If you text me in the next 5 minutes, or if you text me right now, I'll get you entered into that.
That's really good.
So
Perfect.
Amazing.
The next thing that I was going to talk about first was we got a lot of people asking me on how to bring up the business to people. And I'm sure you're going to get different approaches from all 3 of us, because Ina, Tiana, and I are completely different people. I feel like that's what makes us really strong together, is you guys can get different outlets from people, like with different personalities. But for me, I am a very like open mouth, open business type of person. I have seen months where I have not worked my business like I should have, and I treated this business more like a hobby than a business. And I absolutely seen it in my enrollment rate, and even with the people on my team that I have right now. So when you're bringing up the business to somebody, you can't assume that they know, and you can't assume that they're going to bring it up to you. There's been times where I have had close family members or close friends that I finally got over myself enough to reach out to them and say, hey, I really think that you'd do good with this, or have watched me for a year or 2 years even, and I finally reach out to them and they have told me, I've been waiting for you to say something to me. Had I had just gotten over myself in the beginning and brought it up to them, and just, I don't know what even was really holding me back, but ever since I've ran into that, I've really realized that if you want this business to build like a business, and you want this business to pay you like a business, you have to treat it like a business. And any business owner knows that you have to talk to people about it. You can't assume that people are going to come to you. So this is approaching people in there. I always tell my team too, the magic happens in your inbox. You can post all you want on Facebook, which is great. I feel like consistency with posting on your Facebook is probably one of the most important things when it comes to building your business, but the magic happens in your inbox, whether it's the inbox of your text messages or whether it's the inbox of your Facebook, or whether it's, the person, like the belly to belly interaction with people. That's where the magic happens, because you can't assume that people are going to message you from a post on Facebook. I reached out to a girl who I didn't even realize I was friends with on Facebook, but she happened to like one of my posts, and I reached out to her. And this was just recently in the last couple of weeks. And she's going to join my team this next month when she has a little bit of extra money. But her and I talk every day about it now. But she's been watching me. Didn't like a single post. She finally liked one post. And her story is just like, I mean, she needs this business. Had I not reached out to her, who knows if she would have ever reached out to me. But you know what? There would have been somebody else brave enough to go and reach out to that person and you know, talk to her about the business, because she's going to do amazing things with business, and I know it. But just remember, when you're building your businesses, you guys, open mouth equals open business, whether that's on Facebook or bring up the business to a stranger, a family member, a friend, whatever it may be. Just talk about it. Be about it. Live the lifestyle. Don't just sell things to people. Really incorporate it in your life. Anybody that walks in my home, the first thing they see in my kitchen is a green tray of all of the products that we use daily. The first thing you see when you walk in my bathroom is a bottle of cleanser, a bottle of toner, a bottle of exfoliating peel, and really just make it a lifestyle. I feel like that's really what I do, and it works. And it's, yeah. So just remember, open mouth equals open business when it comes to any part and any aspect of building your business.
I'm remembering when I was shopping at Nordstrom's, and one of the girls was helping me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, your skin looks so good." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I was like, I actually use It Works Hair, Skin, and Nails, and part of their skincare line too. And she's like, "Oh, I've never heard of it." And I'm like, "I actually sell it." So, I mean, it can be so easy to just take a compliment and then just leave it at that. But if you guys really realize all the opportunities that you have when you're belly to belly with people, that the door is constantly opening. You just have to take a minute to be in the moment to be like, oh, that's a door open into talking about my business, and making it not feel salesy, but making it feel like so natural. So again, like if someone's asking how you are and you're doing so good, you've been so busy, and just incorporate your business in really every conversation without making it have to be like a sales pitch. People compliment you, or if you're like, you have really great customer service, I would be interested in having you a part of my team. I'm trying to think of a more like personal way. If it's someone like you really, really know, and say it's another mommy friend, and you're like, you know, I've just been really thinking about you a lot lately, and how have you been doing? And they tell you, my day has been great, or whatever. And just try to be really personal with them and get the conversation there. And then you can bring up the business when they ask you, you know, how you have been doing, and ask them, have you thought ever about joining the business too? So I don't know, other than like, there's always an opportunity in mid-conversation to always bring up the business.
And I was just going through the comments on the topics for tonight, and somebody had posted that she is always at sporting events wearing her shirt. She has a Blitz card on her purse, and she doesn't know how to approach them. Honestly, this is me being a very red, tough love type of leader. Get over yourself and just talk to people. Talk to people. If you have a Blitz card hanging from your purse, get a Blitz card and hand it to them. And when I was starting to do this, thinking back to when, you know, I wasn't always this type of fearless mindset when it came to talking to people. When I did it, I almost played like kind of like the dumb card. Like, I am really nervous to talk to you, but I have been watching you. I see you at my son's game, or I see you here every Wednesday, whatever. But I've really been wanting to talk to you about this. I am a part of this amazing company that's completely changed my life. Very shortly talk about what it's done for you. If you've lost a lot of weight, if it's helped you, you know, financially, whatever it may be, no matter how big or small, you don't have to be making $10,000 a month to share your success in this company. I would really love to give you my business card. There's a coupon for one of our, you know, for this crazy wrap. Have you tried it? And let them ask questions. It may be where they're like, oh yeah, thanks, no, but no thanks. And that's okay. But you know what? The more you do it, and you're going to be more content, you're going to be more comfortable. And you will get to that mindset where, you know, nobody is going to make you feel scared to do it. So get over yourself, get out of your own way, because you never know, that person could be praying for you to approach them, and they're just too scared to approach you. So wanted to touch on that before we move on to the next topic.
Maybe Adriana or Ina, I'm not sure what you guys think of this, but if it's like super nerve-wracking, would you ever like hand someone a Blitz card with like an energy drink and just be like, I've really been thinking about you, and no?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have something like that, or make it a point to bring it, or a sample of greens, or whatever, you know. If it's at a an outdoor event and you bring an extra cold energy, hand it to them. Like, yeah, absolutely.
It just helps to open the door and be like, I've really been thinking about you. I wanted you to try this. Can you let me know your opinion on it? And then they try it and you're like, isn't it so good? And I love working this business. The prices are so cheap, and the conversation just starts flowing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the juice too. That has a good example.
So the next topic is how to build on Instagram. And I have one of my fearless leaders, Bree, on here too, that's going to chime in after Tiana. I think you were going to talk about this. Were you?
Yeah.
Okay. Bree's on too, so she's going to.
Okay. Bree, do you want to go first? I wrote down so many notes. I don't want to take anything that you were going to say.
Bree is thebomb.com. I've learned a lot from her. You have to unmute yourself, babe.
It's in the bottom left corner.
There we go. Thank you. I normally don't mute myself. Sorry about that. Hey guys. Sorry, I came out of the hot tub. I'm in Bend on vacation with my family, but I came out of the hot tub, so sorry I look like a hot mess.
She hopped on super last minute, so we really appreciate you.
Yay!
No problem. Well, first off, I do want to say with Instagram, it is probably, I know that Facebook changes, slightly here and there, but Facebook or Instagram just changed a ton June 1st. So I personally am still trying to figure out like the best options. I used to use Crowdfire to build on Instagram, which you can still follow and unfollow people, but they used to have a part of it where you could actually copy followers. So you could find someone, I use this as an example. The Bachelor, Ben Higgins. I'm a big fan of The Bachelor. I know that's cheesy, but I would put his name in there and I could literally go through and follow like 100 people in 20 seconds. Obviously, you want to look at their pictures. And I built this way, but I would only do like 100 a day because you want to, and you do want to look, I'm not saying go through and, try to follow as many as you can. I still look at their profiles. You don't want to follow It Works distributors, but you can follow people really quickly. So I built, if you look at my Instagram, I have a ton of followers. So I built that way. But with anything, with any business, any social media, things change. So June 1st, they took that away from Instagram completely. It doesn't matter what app you have. You can't copy followers anymore. So what I've been doing, I'm still using Crowdfire. But what you need to do with Instagram is you need to find a hashtag, just the kind of original ones is like mom life, or I have 2 little girls, so girl mom. You follow the hashtags and you want to find people that you have something in common with. No one has 5 hours a day to go through Instagram and check, through every single profile, but you do what I do is I pick, I write people down like 15 a day. I'll write down on a list, like, hey, these people, I have something in common with, just looking through their profile, they'd be really good at this. Maybe they have a ton of followers. Maybe they're into health and fashion. That's kind of stuff I look for. So you kind of, with Instagram, you have to kind of find your niche. And I know Tiana is going to talk about this too. But for me, I find hashtags, and I'm injured right now, but I used to do a ton of CrossFit. So I follow a lot of CrossFit moms. So you kind of have to find something that is of interest to you personally and follow people, because those are the people you're going to want to build relationships with. And you don't want to have just a bunch of random people on your Instagram that you have nothing in common with. So I don't want it to get lost that you just want to follow anybody in Instagram, because that's not the case. You don't want to just have 10,000 followers, that really you have nothing in common with, and this is probably not something they're interested in. So that's how I build my Instagram. And with Facebook and Instagram, the very first thing I do in the morning on Facebook is I go and add 20 mutual friends. And I know that there's a couple of my newbies on this call. What you do for that is you can click on any of your friends that you think probably have a ton of friends on Facebook, and then you click on their friends list and you can see mutual friends. I personally, I don't add anybody that has fewer than 8 mutual friends. You don't want to start adding people and, them wondering why you're adding them, but you do want to build relationships with them. So again, those people write down on a list, and for that week, you want to start liking and commenting on their photos and kind of building a relationship. So anyway, with social media, focus on picking, 10 to 15 people out of the ones you're adding and focus on building a relationship with them. So, and with Instagram, I'm still trying to figure out my way around these new changes. But I'll definitely update everyone, if I figure anything out. And Tiana might know a better way now that things have changed. So
I'll share a little bit. I wrote down a lot of info. I might not go over all of it just because it is so much, but I'm going to try to go over it super quickly. So first of all, if you don't have Instagram yet, you need to get Instagram. The potential for how many people are on there, more people are using Instagram than Facebook. Instagram is just, the potential is so huge. So if you don't have it, you need to get it. Again, Instagram takes a lot of patience and a lot of consistency. So you cannot just post once a day and just leave it at that and then hope to get loyal customers and distributors. You literally need to be posting at least 3 to 6 times a day, because things don't pop up in Instagram like they do on Facebook. So they're only going to show up on their feed if they open up their Instagram. So you should be posting some in the morning, some in the afternoon when people are on lunch, maybe some in the evening when people are getting off work, and maybe something in the later evening when people are sitting around, or whatever you think. So you got to be willing to put in the work. Your Instagram is a reflection of you. So make sure you're posting things that are of you and not just random things. You want to if you already have Instagram, make sure that you give it a makeover. Delete any old pictures that you have. Make sure that it looks fun and exciting, bright and clear. So really try to take your own pictures of products and make sure that they're focused, they're bright, things like that, because that's what's going to help you gain a lot of followers. Some apps that I use are Pick Tap Go. That's PICTAP Go. That's a great app to use for really everything. They have filters and all of those good things, and it will make it that much more.
That kind of makes it up. Mm-hmm.
You guys use it too?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. PickTap Go is a really good one. Rona, I think a lot of other girls on this call use it. It's RHONNA. Or Word Swag. Those ones are really good for using words and things like that. Your images speak 1,000 words. So again, make sure good lighting, good focus. Make sure to be using your apps. And also in your bio, make sure that the picture in your bio, so I don't know if you guys can see this, probably not. Is it reflecting? You can't see it, huh?
No, it's blurry.
Okay. Make sure that the picture in your bio is of you and not something else. Make sure that your bio only has only 2 to 3 lines. So make sure that it's not like super long, super complicated. And I always tell my everyone that I enroll, make sure your website is on there. So I know Instagram doesn't like the websites, but use those dots in between it, or use what are those? Like the diamonds, emojis, or something. Because if you have your website in there, you're going to have way more opportunity of people being able to order if it catches their eye. If you don't have a website in there, they're going to go hashtag that item and go find someone else who does have their website in there. People want to be able to order on the go and not have to message and be like, where do I order? So make sure you have your website in your biography. Again, make sure you're posting at least 3 to 6 times a day. because it's going to pull up in their feed when they open up their Instagram. For gaining followers, I go to the magnifying glass on Instagram. I click explore, and then all those people that pull up, it's going to come up with things that like you're interested in, things that you've been liking. And so I like to engage with those people. I like to follow them, like their stuff, comment on their stuff. We're building friendships. So if you take a little time each day and you like and comment and engage with people, those people are more likely to follow you back as well. Like Bree was saying, make sure you use hashtags and make sure they're things that you're interested in. So you're not going to hashtag cowgirl if you're not a cowgirl. So make sure that you're in hashtagging things that, you know, if you like makeup and fashion, and then even like simplify them a little bit more. So it's not just lip gloss. You can do like a brand of lip gloss so that when people go to view that hashtag, they're more likely to see it. Make sure that you're adding people as well. So if you're just posting, it's not going to fully do the trick. Make sure that you're going out and finding other people to add. Let's see here. The biggest thing is they say if you're taking lots and lots of selfies and you're sharing your adventure on Instagram, that it's huge. So take lots of pictures of yourself, share your adventure, things that you're out doing, since Instagram, again, is so different than Facebook. Also, you don't need to be a professional photographer in order to use Instagram. Just make sure to have fun, be yourself, take the pictures, and just make sure, again, they're bright and clear. It's so huge. Can't reiterate that enough. My biggest tip is just to make sure that you're actively on it. So you're posting 3 to 6 times a day, liking and commenting on other people's stuff, being thoughtful, and going out and following other people so they can follow you back. I do the posting F's. So for me personally, I post about freedom, food, fashion, fun, friendships, and family. So when I post that stuff, it seems to attract a lot of different people. So, and if any of you already have an Instagram, don't delete it. Keep the same one that you have, because you already have like followers and things like that. Just make sure that you go in and clean it up, delete any pictures that are blurry or look like an advertisement, and really go through and make sure that your website is on it. Your biography is really simple, 2 to 3 lines. It doesn't have to say like it works and all that stuff in it, but that you're a business owner, that you're a mom, or make it like about you. Make sure your picture's on it, and then go out and like and engage with people and to be posting. The potential is huge with Instagram.
I would say too, if you have anything to do, anything like mentioning rap in your name, like Rap Girl or It Works Rap Girl or anything like that, change it ASAP. Yeah. I can see the difference in people who have like rap something in their name. Make it, I mean, I don't know what your guys' advice is on this, but I just have mine, my first and last name.
Me too.
If you go by a nickname, use that. But I have gained so many more followers just having my name on there than what I had it before. So if you have anything to do with rap, I would take it out and just have first and last name or a nickname that you have. What is your guys' opinions on that?
I very strongly agree. Mine is my name.
I made that mistake when I started.
Me too.
Like I actually started a whole new Instagram for It Works and had it in the name, and just, you know, like right when I started, I had no idea and I wasn't getting a ton of followers. Mm-hmm. As soon as I changed it, you know, new ball game. I actually, out of anything in the little bio about yourself, you can put your website. I think that's a great idea, but do not put anything else about
It Works. Yeah.
It Works. Like, I think mine says entrepreneur or business owner or something like that. But just because people, I mean, there's annoying people on Instagram. Don't be one of those people. I get messages all the time that are like, hey girl, you know, you should be on my team. And I'm like, well, no. But one really quick thing with Instagram is you have to be super patient. Yeah. Don't expect to get tons of loyal customers or distributors. For me, I think it was like at 2,500. I mean, it does take time. You have to be very patient. But I think my last 4 loyal customers 2 that I signed in the last week are all from Instagram. I've never met them. So, and it's taken a long time, but now that's where I'm getting the majority of my customers. So I was kind of a little discouraged when I first started, and I had like 1,500 followers, and I wasn't getting a ton of action. Just keep at it and be very, very patient and consistent with it, and it will start coming.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing I was going to tell you, the app I just found out, when I was at the It Works U in St. Louis, some people told me to use Status Brew. It is an app for Instagram that you can schedule posts, and I had no idea that that was even available. So I just started using that like a week ago. So that's helpful.
And Instagram sounds complicated, but once you dive in, it's really, really simple. I wanted to reiterate on the being consistent part of what Bree was saying. It took me like 30 days of being like every day posting and being consistent before I signed a distributor or got a loyal customer on Instagram. So if I like post for a week and I take a day off, I find that it like have to like get into it. I have to do like a full 30 days again, and then people start engaging, and then I start getting orders again. So if you do Instagram, don't take breaks. Be very consistent with it, and you will see that distributors will start coming out, the customers will start coming out, and the opportunity is huge. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, and my advice is just to kind of like pick a theme for your Instagram and kind of stick to it. So we are a health and beauty industry. So when you make posts, be relatable to that. So don't just put like random things on your Instagram and people look at your feed and they're like, whoa, like one day she's talking about cats, the next day she's talking about beauty, the next day she's talking about like, you know, like different things. Just so like focus on the things that you want people to attract, like that you want people to come to you. Obviously you want people to come to you who are looking to lose weight, who care about beauty and health products. So post about that. And show that you're living a healthy lifestyle as well, and like explain that, you know what I mean, that wraps are not just gonna substitute a unhealthy diet. So take gym selfies, take pictures of you hiking, take pictures of your family that you get to stay at home with them, take pictures of you taking the supplements, and make sure, like everybody already said, make sure they're clean, crisp, and make sure your editing is also staying the same. So you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's what attracts me to other Instagram users, is like bright pictures, everything looks like the same and good, and new content every day, and like post things that people could interact as well. Because it's kind of like Facebook, you know, like the more people that like their, you know, then you'll be popping up on their, like Tiana said, that little search button, and they'll say, oh, like it looks like a lot of your friends are following this person, like maybe you should follow it, you know? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It doesn't pop up in the same way, but yeah, if you go to search in that Explorer that I was talking about,
yeah,
stuff will pop up in the feed at the top. Ina's Instagram is actually really, really great and amazing. All of her pictures are very, very bright, and she keeps everything uniform. So if she has a border, like a white border on the side of her picture, every single picture has that white border. So everything is very uniform, but she's posting pictures of her eating healthy or eating out with family, with her friends. So it's friendships, fun, freedom, fitness, all that stuff. Keeping in the
and interact. That's number one. That's something that I struggle with too, is that somebody will comment on my picture, but I'll forget to like comment back, or they'll, like, you know what I mean? So like comment back and comment on other people's pictures.
And go follow them.
Yes, so it's all about interaction. That's key. It does take some time, but that's truly how you build friendships. That's how you build relationships, and that's how eventually, you know, you'll get more followers. The more followers equals more people, you know, to share the business opportunity with.
I think a lot of these tips too, you guys can absolutely take and utilize on Facebook. A lot of the same picture tips, a lot of the same commenting tips, a lot of the same, you know, this is all stuff that can be utilized on Facebook as well. It's obviously a little bit different, like Bree said, you know, it's, you know, it's not exactly the same, but a lot of these tips you guys can absolutely implement when it comes to posting on Facebook and building your network on Facebook as well.
Yes.
So how to get people to trust the products. This is really quick. Tiana,
Super quick. I'm going to be a big, bold red one on this one. It's really important that you trust the products yourself, you guys. So if you're like, people aren't trusting me, well, do you trust the products yourself? Are you using them yourself? Are you being a product of the product? So you should be really confident in what you're using. And if you're not, you need to be ordering more products because you need to find your favorite one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the easiest. I mean, honestly, it's very simple. If you're having a hard time getting people to trust the products, you don't know the products enough. When I first started this business, I made probably for my first 6 to 8 months, every month I did a box of wraps in my auto shipment and a new product. That's how I have basically tried almost every single product, I think, other than Ester with them. And I can speak confidently to the ones that I absolutely love. A lot of them I still use every single day. Aside from being pregnant, my husband uses them. They're in our house. I can talk about them. And what I say that has a part of being successful in this business, absolutely.
Huge.
110%. If you're having a problem with people trusting the products, make sure you're using them yourself. Because like I said, people don't buy you or buy the products, they buy you and they buy your confidence in these products. Super simple for me on that one. Use them.
Perfect.
And then I think the last thing was how to grow your network. I think we honestly kind of talked about that already when it came with building on Instagram, building on Facebook, getting over yourself and building in public, open mouth, open business. Really just remind yourself of those things every single day. If you work this business like a business, it will pay you like a business and it will grow like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, that's how it's going to build and that's how it's going to pay you. Constantly think about the people that you have right now, this very second, on your Facebook, in your life, friends. Think about your circle, basically just draw a line of where you're at right now. Make it a priority to every single day push that circle a little bit out and add more people to that network. Whether that's adding, like Bree said, 20 friends on Facebook. Try to add, sometimes I get in trouble with Facebook, but add that or a little bit more than that on my Facebook every single day. And be thoughtful with this, you guys. If somebody has 45 mutual friends in common with you, that's probably not a good person to add into your network because they're probably in somebody else's warm network. And that's just kind of common courtesy. And that's just a waste. That's honestly a waste. So go and try to find somebody. Bree says she does under 8 mutual friends. I try to keep it under 8, if not 5. No mutual friends, that's like gold to me. If I don't have any mutual friends with anybody or one mutual friend with somebody, go through and add those people because, and you don't just add them and call it good. But if you go to your friends list on Facebook, go to your profile, go to friends, and at the top it'll give you, this is on iPhone, on the top it'll give you a little tab that says recent. And so I make sure every single day that I go to that tab and I like and comment on all of those most recent friends. And then me doing that, they're liking and commenting on more of my stuff. Like I've had people that I just recently added on Facebook message me and say that they're praying for me, or they seen that, I've been having issues with some preterm labor stuff. And had I not reached out to them on their photos and on their posts and stuff, that relationship probably would have never been there. And I probably would have ended up getting deleted. So constantly grow your network on Facebook and on Instagram every single day. And same thing with belly to belly. Meet people, go out and have coffee with somebody, just whatever you can do to add more people to that network every single day. Those are new seeds that are going to be planted. Those are new prospects, new potentials. So yeah, that's my kind of tip on that is don't just settle for what you have now. Constantly every single day be pushing for more. And like I said, growing that circle and adding more people into your circle.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing.
Really quick, last thing I forgot to mention on Instagram, when you're posting pictures, check in where you're at. So add your location because somebody can click on that location and then you'll see a bunch of people at that same location. You know what I mean? So if you're at the gym, tag your gym. So when somebody hashtags your gym, your post will come up as well. That's another way to grow for mutual likes. You know what I mean? So
On the Facebook, if you're feeling like you're hitting a dry market, I too add like 5 friends each day. However, at the end of the week, like if they haven't added me back and it's still pending, then I go in and I delete all of them so I don't get in Facebook jail, because you can get in jail if you're adding too many people and they're declining, or too many pending. So I go in and add 5 new people each day. However, I go in and I click on their profile. I kind of go in and like view them and kind of see like, oh, are they a new mommy, or like what do they do currently? Are they a banker? Are they a stylist? I kind of get an idea of who they are if I would want them on my team, and I'll hit add friend. And if by a week goes by and they didn't add me back, then I delete them and I move on and I go do 5 new people each day. Also, getting out there and doing like mommy dates and building friendships, and really utilizing getting out and meeting new people and adding them on Facebook too. I know they have a lot of like mommy Facebook groups, and we can't like solicit on there or be all business posty, but even I'll post in there like a baby question, and people will respond, and I start like building friendships and making connections with those people, and then I add them on Facebook, and then they start seeing my stuff too. So just use every opportunity, whether it's in Facebook, building friendships, or out belly to belly, going to coffee with people, anything like that, to grow so you're not having a dry market.
Love it. Do we have anything
Gianna, do you have any tough love to end us?
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of close out. I've been talking to a lot of people who are kind of feeling like, they don't have what it takes, or, they may, be in that harvest or the planting seed season and not quite in that harvest season yet. And I kind of wanted to share a few things that were on my heart. I want you guys all to realize that there's nothing different inside of, all of the successful leaders in this team that is not inside of you. You guys all have what it takes. I feel like today and moving forward and every day, you really just need to tell yourself that you're worth it. Your family's worth it. I feel like a lot of times people will say, well, my downline isn't working, or maybe even my upline isn't working. But you have to want this more for yourself than anything else in this, like anything else. And you have to realize that, you have what it takes inside of you to be successful. Mm-hmm. Your downline can't stop you. Your upline can't stop you. No one can stop you. If you want this bad enough, you will make it happen. And like I said, there's nothing different inside of me and Tiana and Ina and Bree and all of the other super strong, successful leaders on this team than you guys. You guys have what it takes. Somebody posted on the Zoom topics, what does a day in a triple diamond's life look like? And it looks just like it did when I was running my ass off to diamond in my first 90 days that it took me to go diamond. I blitz, I rap, I repeat, I post on Facebook, I stay
every day, never stopping.
It doesn't stop. You don't hit diamond and stop. If anything, you hit diamond and the real work starts. You have a team to lead on top of doing everything that you did to get there. So a day in the life of a triple diamond looks just like it did when I started. I post on Facebook, I stay consistent, I plant seeds. I go through those, we all go through those struggles. We all go through doubting ourselves and feeling like we're not good enough. That doesn't go away with a rank. It does not go away. If anything, the pressure of having, a huge team, it makes you stronger and it makes you grow, and it's uncomfortable. But at the same time, is it worth it? Absolutely. 110%. So you need to tell your guys' selves right now today that if what you're doing is not working, switch it up. If what you're posting is not working and you're not getting, people reaching out to you, or people are ignoring you, or you're getting a bunch of no's, you need to find what works for you. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses, and learn from people too. Kelly told me one time, it's okay to be a copycat if you're copying the right cat and doing it the right way. So learn from other people, continue to grow. This business is always about growing, but if you really want this business and you want it to work, like I posted the other day on the team page, if you woke up feeling broke this morning, or you woke up with any type of financial worry, you have no business going to sleep tonight. And I don't mean that like stay up and, not sleep. Sleep is important, but Prioritize your life. Wake up an hour earlier, go to bed 2 hours later. That's what my life looks like. I get told by some of my downline even, like, do you ever sleep? And I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't, because this business is more important to me, and the lives that are, like, all of you guys on my team, your guys' lives are so important to me that I will sacrifice sleep, I will sacrifice time, I will sacrifice whatever it takes to make sure that you guys are triple diamonds, that you guys have what you need, that you guys can continue to grow. But I feel like doubt is the biggest thing that gets in people's minds. Not feeling good enough. And I've been there. I've absolutely been there. But throwing in the towel, I mean, Ina and Tiana and I can all say, you know, we've pushed through those hard times, and we've never thrown in the towel, and we've always kept learning and growing and being uncomfortable. And we went through the pain, we went through the no's, we went through the rejection. But at the end of the day, you guys, you have to want this bad enough. You have to want to work for it more than the devil wants you not to have it. Because I promise you, the devil attacks when he knows that good things and huge things are going to happen. He's working overtime to make sure that you don't get that blessing, or you don't hit that milestone, or you don't, you know, that it doesn't happen for you. But at the end of the day, if you want it bad enough, you will do whatever it takes. Get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and just do it. Be
have fun.
And yes, and have fun while you're doing
this
it.
This business is so fun.
Yes.
You're meeting so many new people, you guys, and you should, if you're not having fun, then you're doing something wrong.
Yes.
You need to be having fun.
Building friendships.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And pray for
never
your
give up.
businesses.
Just never get up. Like, never, ever, ever give up. Like, you fail when you give up. So if you never give up.
It's almost like you built once, you can build again, you know?
And we get paid to rebuild and build and rebuild and build and rebuild. If I didn't ever have to rebuild, I would be ambassador by now. Like, point blank period. If everything went as smooth as it did, and everybody ran together, and I never had people quit, I would be ambassador by now. But we get paid to build and rebuild and build and rebuild and have fun while we're doing it. And don't take that as a defeat. If you have to rebuild and you're in a season in your business right now where you're having to rebuild your team, have fun. Do it with a smile on your face. Don't look at it like, well, my team quit and now I have to rebuild. You know, if you did it once, you can do it again.
They have that saying that you cannot appreciate victory without disappointment, you guys. There's always people that are going to decide that they aren't worth it, or that their why isn't worth it, you guys. But if you tell yourself that no matter what, you're never going to quit and you are going to make it there, I promise you, you will make it there. So can't appreciate victory without disappointment.
If you guys are feeling discouraged, or the person that signed you up in this business is not really active, or you know, for some reason just isn't there for you as you need it, like, reach out to us. There's only one of us, and there's so many of you guys. So it's so much easier when you guys reach out to us. So reach out if you guys need some support or some advice. We're always here for you. We just don't know. Like, we can't read your mind, you know?
Yes.
We love you all.
We love you.
If you want to close out in prayer.
If you guys want to stay on, we are going to close the call out in prayer. This is something that I've always wanted to incorporate in these Zooms. So if you guys want to stay on, I'd love to have you close the call out in prayer with us tonight.
Thank you, Gianna.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. So, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for allowing this time to grow with one another. We give you all praise with every success that comes our way. We ask you to fill our hearts with the spirit to build strong, successful businesses in your name, Lord God. Use us to create a ministry of hope to people around us. We ask you to give us the confidence with the right words to say, and we ask you to bring the people who need us into their lives. We thank you for our health, our family's health, and your undying love, Lord God. We ask that you protect our families as we move forward into this next week. I ask that you cure any sickness that any of our families may be facing together as a team. I ask that you keep baby Grace where she is for a couple more weeks so we can avoid a NICU stay.
Yes.
In your name we pray, Lord God, and we all say amen.
Amen. One last thing, you guys, I just want to tell you that you guys are not a part of this business by chance. So I want all of you to know that you came into this business for a purpose and for a huge reason. So we love you all. Remember that. And you guys are going to do big things.
Yes, we believe in you guys.
Yes, have a good
evening.
weekend. Love you.
Okay,
Bye.
we'll post the recording, so get your teams on it.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.